All right, shalom, shalom. Let's start off by saying Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Yahushai. The honor to the elders apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutation again out there to the hopeful elect. All right, this quick lesson, we're gonna go into Brendan's too goddamn high. All right, now, this is coming from things that I didn't seen, and also in recent days or so out of the mouth of Jake, out of the mouth of Esau Edom, and those who live in close proximity from me. I live in a somewhat of a mixed area. All right, I witnessed Edomites go up on other Edomites by $200 on their rent. I witnessed like another guy I'm close to. His landlord charged him a nice chunk of change last year. Then he come back, asked for another 125 on the rent. All right. And now you got people feeling the squeeze, feeling the pinch, man. All right. And I'm also gonna go through this little quick. I put it in on the in the Google cities with the highest rent. All right, in the U.S. and it came up. And I'm thinking, me myself, I'm thinking that I looked up certain prices around my area and the average, the floor, down here is like 200, 2,000, maybe 2,100, 2,200. But man, if you try to get something, let's say 1,600, 1,800 or cheaper, man, you gonna live in a goddamn dump. The house is gonna fall through. All right, you're gonna live in a very sketchy area, man. All right, and things are looking tight so much where people, and I'm looking at it's been a great exodus out of Louisiana, New Orleans, the New Orleans tri-state area, man. People are getting the hell up out of here, man. All right, and they're filling those prices. Right, which they're over here at GMS, we've been told you long ago that these things was going to happen. All right, the increase of the price of goods, rent, even mortgages. I got a quick lesson on that, or a quick article on that. All right, about I think it was yesterday that they went up the let me get it, the mortgage refinance rates had increased. At August the 4th. All right, so people. Hey man, people are getting their ass bust, man. All right. But I'm gonna go right here and get this. I'm gonna skim through this quick article. Well, what I asked on the Google overhead, all right. It says it says the cities with the highest rent in 2026 are led by San Francisco, California. All right, which the whole LA, the whole California, man, in itself, it just the rent and the mortgage and the price of houses is just crazy out there, man. It says with the average rent of 3,800 or $3,830 per month. All right, followed by close to New York. All right, at 3,700. All right, and in Boston, Massachusetts at 3,500, and other expensive cities like Honolulu, Miami, and San Diego, which that's what they had on the list. All right, and they also said that these showings can significantly vary by different cities based on the location, which we know. All right. So San Francisco at $3,830. New York is at $3,700. Boston was at $3,500. Honolulu $3,200. Miami at $2,800. And like I said, that could vary. You try to get on the good side of town, it can go up. Or in some cases, Jake can't even get on the good side of town because why? He's going to raise that price up to keep Jake out, man. All right, to keep Northern Kingdom out. All right, that's what's been going on out here too. All right, call on the phone. They gatekeeping on. They're listening to your voice to see if you're a Jake or not. No, the house ain't available. All the while it's available. Or they tell you that you overqualified for this particular home. All right, to rent or buy or a particular apartment, man. So they shutting shit out, man. All right, and they driving these prices up to get Jake out of these cities too, man. Putting you on the far east end of this town, the far south side, But that's what's happening. All right. San Diego is at 2,700. San Jose it's at $2,600, and LA is at averaging at $2,500. It says Washington D.C. at $2,400, in New Jersey, Jersey City, New Jersey, is at $2,300. And like I say, as far as down here where I stay at, the floor of the average rent is like 2,000 to 2,200, man. All right, and I didn't see higher. I didn't see 38. I didn't see 26, and you know, I'm in the process of possibly moving, and I'm looking at various apps. The shit going up every day. You know, shit is going up every day, man. All right, like it says right here, it says San Francisco remains the most expensive rent market, driven by a strong tech sector and a limited housing supply. It says New York City and Boston follow closely, reflecting the status as a major economy and a cultural hub. You know, other cities like Honolulu and Miami also notable for its higher rents, influenced by the demand of the location. We know that, you know, that's understood. You know, but some of these other places, man, this rent is just too goddamn high, man. You know, Jake, I didn't see Edomites break out in tears crying about the rent, man, crying about their mortgage rates going up. And that's a whole nother situation, you know. But I'm gonna get some scriptures too. All right, we gotta start off with this one, oldie but goodie, man, because most of it too, man, is, you know, Jake's been defraud. All right, you know, the Lord's taking those curses off Jake and putting on these nations. These nations are feeling these prophecies, man. All right, they're feeling these curses, these prophecies. They're just feeling every damn thing, man. It's Ecclesiastes 12:3 says, "In the day when the keepers of house shall tremble, and the strong men bow themselves, and the grinding cease, because they are few, and though they look out the windows be darkened." All right, so ultimately, man, the grinding cease. You know, all right, you know, jobs are scarce. All right, they're not hiring. They're doing more firing and laying off than anything, and you're not getting any callbacks. And what's going on too with this AI shit? When you put in a resume, as you used to do when you were, you know, in a couple of years ago, you put it in a resume, and you try to fit your resume to this job to get this job. They're using AI scanners now to where once you put the resume in once, that resume is going to be locked into AI. So when you try to go and change it and move your status, move your years, move your the time on a job and certain stuff, AI red flags your ass, man. All right. So you just getting locked in, you know, right? Then you're not getting any callbacks. All right. And it's definitely felt down here. All right. In the New Orleans area, man. All right. If you're not in what they say, tourism, hospitality, and those different sectors, man, you know, it's slim to none. All right, it says, "In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men bow themselves, and the grinding cease, because they are few, and though they look out of the windows be darkened." Looking out the windows be darkened, meaning America don't have any future, and we see that. We're witnessing that, man. All right, this economy is ass, man. All right, it's true. All right, and it's not coming back, as you can see. You know, for all you that voted for Sleepy Joe, you might have voted for Kamala, whatever her goddamn name is. All right, even Nero 47. You know, and it showed you that ain't help you out in no bit, man. Groceries are high. All right. The repo man is searching for your car. All right. You know, and your rent is due, and you feel a crunch, man. On top of other bills, on top of other things going on. All right. So people are feeling it. All right. And the doors be shut in the streets when the grinding is ceased, or when the grinding is low. And we see that the grinding is low goes with work, man. People are not finding jobs at a rapid pace as they used to. You know, I know some people right now as we speak, college degrees coming out of LSU, college degrees coming out of Tulane, and very different other universities. They can't find a job right now, man. All right, you have a job, but you're working at Home Depot. You have a job, with a degree, but you're working at Home Depot. You're working at Rooms to Go. All right, on top of having a mortgage. All right, so people are feeling it, and it says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low, which we see that too. The daughters of music brought low. The music industry is ass too, man. All right. It's not like when we came up, you had MTV, BET, and you had then new music coming out daily. All right. These artists at one time was selling millions and top of millions of records at one time. Now they barely even break 100,000. You know, it shows you, man. The Lord brought these so-called stars, these so-called music movie entertainers. It brought them low, man. All right. Let me see. Is there anything else? Okay, that's it. Yeah, man. So everything is coming to an end as we see. All right. We've been told you, the men of GMS, we've been told you a long time ago. And we have always given it to you straight. We haven't never, all right, told you anything, all right, otherwise concerning these prophecies of what's true and what's to come. All right. This is Sirach chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "My son, defraud not the poor of his living." And we see that happening now, man, with this high rent. And who's the main one getting defrauded? All right, Jake. Jake has been defrauded on the higher prices. Jake has been defrauded on taxes. You name it, man. All right. Because ultimately, we make up the poor. It says, "My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long." In which they make Jake wait long, man. They make Jake wait on his check. They make Jake wait on anything that he needs. He make him wait on the shit, man. All right. It says, make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. Add no more trouble to a heart that is vexed, and defer not to give to him that is in need. All right. And they do that to Jake. They defer Jake all day long, man. All right. Jake is the most taxed, the most taxed of all the nations, man. All right. And you make up the poor. You the ones that have been put in these slum areas, man, these hoods, these barrios. All right. You highly taxed, man. All right. Your neighborhoods have been gentrified. Your rent has been increased. Your taxing and mortgage has been increased. All right, because Esau wants you out of there, man. All right, like for instance, out here, Chicago is another example of that too. I heard is really going on. Like down here, it's going on. The areas that was once predominant Jakes, and it was so-called historical areas that Jake communities in. Now you got Edomites walking their puppies, their little poodles. They're riding them bikes with the spandex and the helmet shits on, man, and just driving, man. All the while the rent is increasing. All the while the taxes are being increased to get you at a point to where, hey, I can't do this no more. I'm going to sell a home, or I'm gonna just lose it. That's what's happening, and it's not just happening here. It's happening all throughout the U.S., man. Wherever Jake may be. All right, and it goes on to say, let me see. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away the face from a poor man. And they turn their face again from a poor man all day. They reject the supplication of the afflicted all day, man. All right, because most of the living situations out here, even though they once had these projects up, the Calio, the Magnolia, all that shit you heard in the rap songs and shit, those places are tore down now, and they government assistant homes, man. And all right, I think this is one of the major cities with the most assisted living. That's all throughout here, man. This is a begging ass city. All right, mostly predicated on the end of the black woman. She lives in the most. All right, but this is what's going on, man. All right, they're moving you Jakes out the way. They're pushing you Jakes to the east, Are they pushing you, Jakes, on the West Bank? If you know anything about the terminology of what I'm saying, as far as down here in New Orleans, but that's what's going on. All right, why they driving up the prices of everything? They driving up the price, and it really just price gouging on all this shit too, man. I'm gonna say this too. You goddamn Arabs selling all that bad shit. You goddamn chains selling that bad shit, bad food and products, man. All right, but they just defrauding Jake at an all-time high, man. All right. Let me go here. And this is what's been, it shit been going on, man. It's all coming out now. Where I want to start at. Yeah, this is James chapter 5, verse 1. It says, "Go now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. You rich, your riches are corrupt, and your garments are moth eaten." It says, "Your gold and your silver are tinkered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. And you shall be as against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have reaped treasures together for the last days." That's right. It says, "Behold, the hires of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which are kept back by fraud." All right, and the main laborers over here, who Jake. All right, and this devil has gotten rich. He has gotten over on the poor through fraud, man. All right, overtaxing Jake, taking Jake money out, man. You know, over here, man. You before you even see your check, half your check is gone. You know, half your check is gone before you can even touch it, man. Over here in Babylon, man. It says, cry in the cries of them which have reaped or entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth." It says, "Ye have lived in pleasures." It's talking about these devils. They have lived in pleasures on earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the days, my bad, your hearts as in a day of slaughter. All right. You have condemned and killed the just, which that's what they do. And we can go into many ways how they killed the just. All right. And you do it not, and he did not resist you, man. So this is what the rich do. They overfraud. They defraud Jake. They kill Jake. They do all they want to do to our people, man. But yet, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they don't get it, man. All right, these nations are feeling it now. Now that these rich elite Edomites have turned against them. All right, now everybody see. Oh, it's the small hats. Oh, it's the Zionists. It's these people. It's that people. All the while, you've been new, but when you was benefiting off it, hey, it was all good. But now that you have to go to the pumps and pay $6, $5 or more, and you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your mortgage. Now that you see, now Edom, Moab, and these nations want to cry, man. All right. Hey, but the Lord, this is just the tip of the iceberg, as they say. All right. This is Habakkuk. No, let me move it right here. This is Habakkuk 1 6. You know, and these curses are being felt. These curses was on us, but now that these curses is jumping into the other nations. It said, "You have sold much and bring in little." People are feeling this, man. People, working overtime, double, 2-3 jobs to bring in so much, but bring it, to sow in, to work so much to bring in little, man. So ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye have not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And it says, "And he that earneth wages to be put into a bag with holes." And that's hey man, people feeling that scripture, man. Jake is feeling that. right now as we speak. All right. You know, I didn't heard Jake, man. It's like I'm working for nothing. It's like I'm working for free. And that's not even talking about the other things that Jake might be having going on, man. No, Jake might be dealing with a sick mother. Jake might be on child support. Jake might be dealing with so much other stuff. And it's like even the nations, it's like they're just working for free, you know? So people feeling it, man. All right. Let me see. I might ditch this other one. Okay. Let me see if I want to bring it out or not. Yeah, I'm gonna scratch that one. You know, I just want to make that quick. You know, I might end it right here. I'm gonna give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shah, by Shem Kadash. Once again, double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, salutations again to the whole elect. Till next time, Shalom.